Here again, the voice of the Wave, Todd Graffinini.
And we're back live at Bruno's. Corner of Maple and Hillary is the Mike Dunleavy Show. 7 to 8 every Monday night throughout the college basketball season. Thanks for everyone for coming out here tonight. Again, the Wave still looking for its first conference victory, but again, on the upswing, and we're going to break through very soon. Joining me now, to my left, he is a Tulane grad. He is from Cypress, Texas. He is the man. His name is Samir Sehic, ladies and gentlemen. He is in the post. 12 points a game, team leading 8 rebounds per contest, and again, having a solid senior season, redshirt junior season, with 6 double-doubles this year. Again, welcome into the show, Samir Sehic, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, hello, sir. How you doing, man?
Doing wonderful about yourself.
I'm doing great. Let's go back to Saturday and just talk briefly about the UConn game. You know, and we talked to Coach about this. The slow starts is what is really hurting us right now, because if you take the slow starts out, we're basically playing even basketball with everybody else. And I know that's been a point of emphasis, but we gotta get out of the gates a little quicker, man.
Yes, sir. And Coach kind of touched upon this. Kind of turnovers have been hurting us a little bit there, and missing some open looks, with myself included there. So, we're putting ourselves in a situation to fight back. And that's all we can ask for, but definitely got to get rolling earlier.
I know the shots aren't falling for you right now, but you got to continue to take them.
Absolutely.
I mean, you are one of the guys that this team is looking forward as far as getting those big points. And it's a situation where, look, you got to keep shooting. I mean, it's not like you're going to pass up the shots.
I mean, and you got to trust in yourself, have the confidence and stuff. I know I put in the work in the summer. I know I'm putting in the work now. So can't lose your confidence. Got to stay in the gym and know that if you're taking the right shots, they'll start to fall for you.
And you guys are putting up shots in practice. I mean, you're taking many, many, many shots.
For sure.
So it's not like you're not working hard.
No, I mean, kind of like I said, trust in the work. And the biggest thing in our situation is not losing confidence in ourselves, and then not losing confidence in our teammates.
Are you seeing the younger guys, the freshmen that you're mentoring right now, do you see them gaining confidence as the days go by? Not even during games, but when you're in the Hurt Center practicing for 2.5 hours a night?
I mean, absolutely. I just remember my freshman year having to, how much the game slowed down with every single game that we played. So I see it. I spent a lot of time with Moses Wood, who's my roommate. So just kind of seeing him grow every single game, and even with practice, has been really good.
How much do you relish being able to mentor somebody like that? Blake Paul was in your chair a week ago, and just talking to him about how much that he has grown as a freshman to where he is right now, and just relishing the fact that he's mentoring these freshmen. How much do you relish that?
I mean, it's huge. I know it was a big part for me when I was a young guy, and kind of learning from the guys. And I know I looked a lot to Cam last year, who's a guy that I try to learn from. And that's kind of what I'm trying to give to these younger guys. In
the basketball aspect, I know it's been frustrating because you guys work your tails off each and every day, and the results are not there right now. How do you keep from not being so frustrated that it just clouds your mind?
I mean, of course, frustration's going to be a part of it. Kind of like how I said a little earlier, is we can't lose confidence in ourselves and in our teammates and in our coaches. We have to know that there's still a long season to go. I believe 13 games left. So just like the first 13, there's another 13 left. So still a long season left. When
you're watching film, you guys have to see that. Look, if you take out some parts here, some parts there, you're there.
100%.
You're ready to go.
No, 100%. And that's kind of where all the film session comes in. And we have to step up as players and know that maybe we need to do extra. And if that's extra film sessions, extra shots, whatever the case may be, we have to find a way to kind of get over the hump.
How important is watching film? And to even further that, how important do the freshmen, that when you're in high school, you're not watching a whole lot of film, okay? When you're making the transition, do they realize how important it is to see yourselves on a daily basis when you're not thinking about it when you're out on the court?
No, I mean, it's huge. I think the reason why it's so big is it gives you a different perspective, right? When you're playing, the game's moving so quick, and even for a guy like me who's been around a little longer than, of course, the freshman, for myself, even I don't see certain things until you go back and look at the film. So giving yourself a different perspective to kind of slow the game down.
I get a big kick on the plane rides back home when, there's 6 laptops going on in front of me, and all of our assistants, Coach Dunleavy, our assistant coaches, they're watching the game and sometimes watching other games. And, a couple days ago when we're flying home from UConn, I'm watching Caleb Daniels 2 rows ahead of me watching the Temple game. And watching what's going on. So it's really a major part of stuff.
No, absolutely. I mean, this is just as much of a mental game as it is a physical. And so as much as we train our bodies physically every single day for 2.5, 3 hours, we have to train our minds.
You're going to have to play a lot of minutes now down the stretch, especially with Boy and Bull going to be out for a while, and you're going to have to start, banging again for many, many minutes down low. As far as you physically, is this the best shape you've ever been in your career?
Absolutely. I mean, I think so. I feel like I'm in really good shape. I definitely feel like I have the ability to also bang and still be able to compete, with the conditioning and stuff. So I feel like I'm putting my body at a good pace.
All right, Samir, we're going to take a quick break, come back. We're going to talk a little off the court with you because I know your academics and your career is a big, big thing, and I know you spent a summer interning, doing finance, and you're a Tulane graduate, so I want to talk to you about everything off the court as well. We're talking to Samir Sehic, who is having a great redshirt junior year. He actually is eligible for another year. We'll talk to him about that as well as we are live at Bruno's. It is the Mike Dunleavy Show on the corner of Maple and Hillary Street. One more segment with Samir. The last 2 games for your buddy Blake Paul, my heavens. I mean, absolutely. I don't know what got into him, but he needs to keep doing what he's doing.
I mean, he's playing great. I mean, and that's a guy, he might be one of the hardest workers on the team. And I've been really happy to see him, having the success he's having because he deserves it.
No question about it. Let's talk about you personally. Again, we're talking to Samir Sehic, redshirt junior, who is a Tulane graduate, and he's got a lot of things on his mind as far as off the basketball court, and he's still got a lot of his senior year left to go. First of all, when you walked across the stage and you got that diploma, what that meant to you. And remember, you started at Vanderbilt, which is that ain't no easy shakes either to be at that school, but to go from Vanderbilt to Tulane and get a Tulane degree. What did that mean to you when you were walking across that stage?
Like a huge burden lifted off my shoulders. It was awesome. All the work that I put off the court kind of finally paid off a little bit, and I saw a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. So it was an unbelievable feeling.
How big have your folks been in your growth? I mean, and I know they're locked in and they go to games and they're listening on the radio, or if they're not at the games, and just what they've meant to you.
How much time do we have tonight?
We got a few minutes. Go ahead, man.
No, they're like I like to say, they're my why. They're the reason why I am the man I am today, and kind of all of the success I've had is simply just because of the way they've raised me, the way they've pushed me. And honestly, none of this, right, everyone always says that, but none of this would have been possible if I wasn't raised the way that they raised me.
You did an internship over the summer doing finance. Now, first of all, it's tough for me to add 15 and 10. How do you get into finance, and what's the thought process behind? Is that what you majored in?
Yeah, so I majored in finance. Worked a little bit in the wealth management side of it. I'm a strong believer that 24 hours is a lot of time in the day. And you can only push your body so much. You can push your mind basketball-wise so much. And what are you doing with the other hours in the day? You're only sleeping 8 of them, so what are you doing with the rest? So I really wanted to push myself to my full potential on the court and off the court.
What do you do in your downtime? You're working your tail off, but you got it. You're still in college, so what are you doing to relax?
A lot of people ask me that question, and for me, I don't feel like I work a day in my life. I love to play this game. I love to learn this game, and even with the whole wealth management and finance, I love it too. So none of it feels like it's too much stress on me or that I'm having to do it. I'm enjoying the process of learning that aspect. It's something that has been interesting to me since I was a kid. So it's really, it's not a downtime because I never feel like I'm overwhelmed.
You have a year left if you want to play.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to come back and play?
Absolutely. I mean, I grew up, this is my first love, the game of basketball, and this is what I want to do, and it's still my number one dream, is to be a professional basketball player and play this game.
Well, and along those lines, how awesome is it? Even, again, I know the wins and losses, and we need to get some W's, and it's frustrating when you don't. But the fact of the matter is you're playing D1 basketball in a pretty awesome conference, and going on trips and playing at home. I mean, it's what you dream about.
Absolutely, especially with what I was able to accomplish, off the court as well. I mean, this is all I could ask for. I have a saying, I'm living a blessing every day, regardless of how things are going. So trying to, take as much as I can out of this experience for the rest of my life.
Talking to Samir Sehic again, Tulane grad, who just said, "Hey, breaking news! He's coming back for another year." Now, back to the basketball aspect. What do we have to do to get some more W's?
We just got to stay with it. We got to believe in ourselves. We got to continue to get tougher. I think that's step one. And we can't lose trust in our teammates, which we won't. And just kind of stay together as a unit and kind of build on that every single day. That's all we can ask, is to get 1% better.
Of the guys that are new in this program, especially the freshmen and the 4 freshmen that play a whole bunch, who have you seen the most improvement of from when they walked onto campus to where we are right now? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but just somebody that sticks out that's really starting to figure it out.
I would say they all have their impacts, but of course I gotta stand up for my roommate, right? Moses Wood. He's my roommate on the road. He's my roommate here on campus, and I spent a lot of time with him. So I think he's definitely growing into his skin and his potential more and more every day.
Well, what you saw on Saturday you had to be fired up, because he was playing like someone who had gotten over the, hey, you know what, I'm figuring this thing out hump.
No, I mean, he's going to have an unbelievable college career, and I'm excited to kind of see him grow and be a part of it.
All right, final question for you. We got a big game on Wednesday night. Taco Fall's coming in. I've stood next to him when he's come by the scorer's table, and I'm literally dwarfed, and I'm 6 feet. And I'm basically up to his waist. When you're on the court with a guy that size, talk to me. I mean, how do you process this?
It's actually funny. I'm actually really good friends with him, known him since we were in high school, so have a pretty good relationship with him. I mean, right, it's definitely something you don't play every single game, usually just once in your lifetime. And hopefully going to be able to use my skills to kind of play against that, and we'll have a great game plan ready for it.
Well, not only that, but we're so much better at home, and the students are going to be back, and
Absolutely.
they're going to be here, and it just feels like it's time that we're going to break through.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, we're putting in the work. Guys are staying confident. Guys are believing in each other, and that's all we can ask for, is to get better every single day.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
it's
sir.
a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Samir Sehic, ladies and gentlemen. He is your own Tulane grad, and it's just awesome to be around like this. We're going to take a break, come back. Final segment from Bruno's. Wrap it up on the Tulane IMG Sports Network.